Today we're going to be taking a look at a couple different very forgotten games. PlayStation All-Stars Island was a game funded by Sony and Coca-Cola, featuring a pretty enormous crossover cast of PlayStation icons from Ratchet & Clank, Jak and Daxter, Gravity Rush, Uncharted, Infamous, and LittleBigPlanet. It's a collection of 4 games based on these properties. Released in 2013 exclusively in Europe, this rare little Coca-Cola advertisement is something kinda special. After that, we're gonna look at a long-lost Uncharted web browser game, also exclusive to Europe, that's canonically a prequel to the first game. Stick around for that. First up, we've got Infamous Survival. In this one, you play as Cole McGrath in an endless runner. You can shoot electricity at enemies, which kills them in one hit, and you can see at the top there's the electricity meter from the PS3 game up there. To refill it, you just pick up any of the items that contain electricity. Cars, phone booths, air conditioners, anything that glows blue will charge you up when you pick it up. And any item that you do pick up can be thrown at enemies for a kill. Enemies will sometimes fire rockets at you too, which will kill you in one hit if you're not careful. If you're holding a weapon, you can actually use it as a shield to block their attack, which is pretty cool. Or if you don't have an item, Cole can catch the rockets and throw them back at enemies. Hitting Coca-Cola billboards fills your Coca-Cola meter, so you can play the Coke Zero minigames. When you fill that in any of the games in PlayStation All-Stars Island, you get to play a minigame that's crossed over with other Sony IPs. And each of the 4 games have 2 minigames included. So we've got this cool one where Ratchet flies down on his hoverboard and picks Cole up, who grapples onto the board. You just fly left and right, collecting points for both characters to add up to your total. The other one is a whack-a-mole with LittleBigPlanet stickers kind of game where you just have to click the enemy characters and not the Sackboy characters. This one sucks. Let's check out Sackboy's Epic Race. This one is just a basic kart racing game. There's no power-ups or anything to think about, you're really just racing against the clock in your kart. There's jumps that you can go off, but that's about it beyond just driving endlessly. Collecting coins will get you points and adds time to the clock, and collecting Coca-Cola tokens fills your Coke Zero meter. Filling the meter sees Sackboy falling from the sky before getting caught by Drake with a parachute. When this happens, you just collect the LBP bubbles for points by parachuting left and right. The other one is a circuit racing track with Sackboy driving a car that's powered by Cole McGrath. You just move left and right to collect the LBP bubbles for points. This is easily the worst game in the set of 4 here. So next up we got Gravity Rush Infinite Skies, which is another endless runner game, but this one's got some creative twists in it. To play the game, you switch gravity left, down, up, right to run along walls, the ceiling, or the ground. If you switch gravity to a spot that doesn't have a floor, you're dead. You can switch gravity immediately after you do this though, to save yourself. It's pretty easy to follow the crystals to figure out where you have to go. The game will often send Cat into a free fall, where you just follow the gems and avoid the obstacles that damage you. The Navi are an enemy type from Gravity Rush, and they're here too. You gotta hit their weak points, which are the red circles on their sides, in order to kill them. If you hit them from where their little tentacle things are pointing, it's game over. So for Gravity Rush, we've got this Jak and Daxter hoverboard game as one of the Coke Zero minigames. This one kinda sucks and controls like absolute garbage. It's basically Flappy Bird, but you hold to go up instead of tap. And then the other one is based on LittleBigPlanet, and it sees Sackboy dressed as Cat running through a level with LittleBigPlanet aesthetics, switching gravity to collect points. When you finish these minigames, it takes you back to the Endless Runner, where you just keep running endlessly until you inevitably die. One more game to go in this collection, and then one finale game. So last up for this collection, we've got Uncharted Drake's Pursuit. This, unfortunately, isn't anything special. It's just a Temple Run clone where you collect coins and dodge obstacles. Like LittleBigPlanet, there's more Coca-Cola tokens that you can pick up on top of the coins. The artifacts also increase your multiplier, by the way. All the games have something similar to the artifacts. So yeah, it's just Temple Run. Let's talk about the minigames. One of the minigames is this one, where Drake has Clank on his back and is bouncing on jump pads, collecting coins and artifacts. The bounce pads disappear every time he bounces on it until he eventually falls back down to the forest and keeps on running and collecting more Coca-Cola tokens. And moving on to the next one. So once you're down here, you fill up your Coke Zero thing again and you get a Gravity Rush minigame, where Drake and Cat are standing on top and below 2 planes flying perfectly aligned with one another. You switch gravity to collect coins by bouncing between them. And if you look, you can see there's artifacts that you've got to switch gravity in mid-air in order to collect. All the games in this collection also have power-ups that you can use at the start by spending your upgrade points, but all they do in all 4 games is let you survive past 1 death or make more Coca-Cola points appear more regularly. That's it for PlayStation All-Stars Island, but it's time for the bonus game. Uncharted Drake's Trail is technically actually the first Uncharted game ever released. It came out a couple days before Uncharted Drake's Fortune. Drake's Trail was released in November of 2007 on the now defunct European Uncharted website as a way to promote the first game. Unfortunately, it's lost media at this point. There's almost no footage of it online anywhere, and anything I could find I put into this video for you. The game took place in Google Maps, but it did have a story. You took on the role of a private investigator hired by Elena to track down Nathan Drake. Basically, before the events of the first game, she gets a tip that he's onto something big and he's gone missing. On the left side of the screen were inventory items that the player picks up as they play, and at the bottom left was Drake's journal, which would automatically record any notes that you find. The game would feed you clues as you play, and you would need to find locations to search in Google Maps. Once you get the location, there would be another flash-based minigame that would give you a clue to the next location. Rinse and repeat. So, you can't play this, so I guess let's just sum up the story here for ya. It's story time. 3 chapters. This won't take long. Chapter 1. So, Elena's out filming tombs in Egypt for her TV show, and she gets a tip that Nathan Drake, an explorer, may have found something big. Something that could be good for her TV show. Unable to search for Nathan herself, because she's in Egypt, she hires a private investigator to track him down. Nathan knows that somebody else, unrelated to Elena, is after him, so he's long since disappeared and is covering his tracks to the best of his abilities, which, if you played the game, you know that's not one of his many skills. Elena gives you, the private investigator, Nate's address in Key West, Florida. You sneak past the building supervisor and get to the apartment door, only to find it slightly cracked open. Upon entering, it's clear that there's been a break-in at Nathan's apartment. You look around. There's 4 cards on the desk. One has the number 1588 highlighted, which you figure out is the password to Nathan's laptop. Looking through emails, you learn that he had to cancel a meeting with Elena since something big has come up. In the email, he tells her to read up on Sir Francis Drake and Spanish gold. Also in the emails is an email thread with Sully where you learn that there's a hidden stash of gold somewhere. Nate also mentions that his apartment was raided by somebody who's after him and has stolen multiple manuscripts and knows about the gold, so he went to Europe to continue his research. Continuing through the emails, you learn that Nate booked a flight with Aurora Air to Trondheim Vimes with Amsterdam Schiphol. One more email shows that Nate wants to view the Kraus collection in Trondheim, Norway. Using Google Maps and the clues you've gathered, you head to Trondheim, Norway to visit the city and state archives, where you encounter an activist. The activist confirms that Nathan was there, but he needs you to confirm that you know Nate and what he came to search for on Nate's request. He asks you to input Nate's research ID, which, if you've been playing the game right, is Nathan Drake, his password, which is Armada 1588, and the collection, which is Kraus, from his email. With this info, the activist gives you a researcher ID card so that you can access the archive. In there, you find a journal from Nathan and learn that the Kraus collection contains info on Francis Drake, and that he believes Francis hid a large stash of Spanish gold from Queen Elizabeth tax collectors. He mentions how Sully has chosen to meet him and that he's picked a secret hidden location to meet. After seeing a paper ad for an exhibition on Sir Francis at the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam, with the sentence, "Monday, Sir Francis and Sully will be waiting," written on the reverse side of it, you immediately catch a flight to Amsterdam. After finding the same portrait from the ad, but in Amsterdam, Sully comes over and shakes your hand. He lets you know that Nathan told him to wait there until Monday to see if anybody shows up. Sully hands you a camera, a set of chemicals, and some sort of magnification scanner. He also gives you a clipping from the Antiques Gazette, which shows that there was a failed robbery at the Buckland Abbey where Francis Drake once lived, and I'm so sorry. I've spent hours scavenging the internet for the rest of this story. We know the PI finds Nate, and Nate and Elena do manage to meet up for the start of the first game, but that's honestly all there is online for this game. I guess I'm just going to kind of cut this here. There's still a ton of PlayStation IPs with official Lost Flash games and mobile games that I want to take a look at, including Uncharted 2. Look how good this looks. If you're into that and other odd and forgotten games, feel free to subscribe or if you just want to show some support for the research that went into this one, feel free to toss me a like or whatever. And also, if you know the rest of the story for Drake's Trail, or have footage of the game, or backed up files of the Flash game itself, please let us know in the comments and maybe upload it for us. That'd be amazing. I guess that's a wrap for this video, though. Thanks for watching, guys. Love ya. Peace.